Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So as promised in my last video, I just wanted to kind of take you guys around and show you like what I've been up to, what I've been doing, how I'm kind of transitioning from Christmas to winter. And I'm going to start here in my living room in the corner with my little cubby shelf. So I just went ahead and put out all my cameras, those little paper houses and some alarm clocks. And then on the little cabinet below it, I have my country living books, and then a little fake fern. Over here on the other side, I have that ice cream sign that I love, and I left some garland up because I liked the greenery for winter and I felt sad taking it all down at once. And then beneath that, my vintage dog books. And I tried moving them to a different location and putting something else there, but it just didn't look right. I just like the way they look. So now I'm excited to show you guys how all the pillows from Hearth and Hand turned out. So this is the little Loveseat. I used one of the knit type ones over there. That's the green sack I found at Salvation Army once, and I just keep that out all the time because I love it. The black and white one, and then that is that tree skirt. Over there is my blanket bin, which I kind of have to go through and purge because it's overwhelming right now. There should be like 2 or 3, and there's like overflowing. And we have a lot because Macy likes them, so I'm getting ready to leave for work in a few minutes. I put a bunch on the floor for her and like a little pillow so that she has all kinds of options while I'm gone. Is that right, sweetie? See, a girl likes options. So yeah, anyways, that's where I used those. And then on that table next to it, I still haven't done anything here. You're going to notice in this tour, a lot of the spaces I haven't refilled yet. And that's one of the things I like about like New Year decorating, is I pull everything out after Christmas and I kind of start with like a blank, fresh slate and like add to it as the year goes on. So by like the time I comes around to decorate for next Christmas, things will be a little bit more, I don't want to say cluttered, but there'll be more in the spaces. And then now it kind of just starts out bare and minimum, and I add as I go. So I'm going to turn you guys around and we'll show you the other set of pillows. Okay, so this is how the other set looks. I used that other of the knit pillows. Those are the plaid ones. And then these are the IKEA dark green ones. And because this living room doesn't have great light, I made like a light kit and a tripod a while ago. It's really kind of just like, it's not pretty to look at, but it does the trick. So I'm going to turn the light kit off and just show you guys kind of like my DIY. It's almost humorous, but it works for me. So I found this tripod at Salvation Army for like $3.99. And then I made a little wood tablet holder. My tablet just slides on the side. And then I have a thing to clamp this to. This is like a Walmart work light. And then you tape parchment paper over it because that's safe for heat. And it kind of diffuses the light. So right now this is what I'm working with. Maybe someday I'll invest in like a real setup. But this works for now. So let's keep going. I'm going to go over here. And this book, I just noticed my husband did this. Sometimes he likes to move things around to kind of see what I notice. So over here, I haven't decorated anything yet. That I'm going to stick back in his drawer. And that's just sitting there because I had it on the mantel and pulled it down. So that's something I'll play with in these upcoming months. Now over here is my fireplace, and I still love this. So we've got the fireplace. I kept the white ceramic houses out because I felt like they could be wintry. I added a chippy window frame to the back. I did a stack of books, another one of those Hearth and Hand ribbon rolls, the olive baskets from TJ Maxx, and that's an IKEA plant. If you're looking for fake plants that are really good, IKEA is like one of the best places to go. And then this is that lamp I picked up after Christmas at Savers. And I kind of just like how the texture it adds there. Now here's one of my favorite things. It's just this little basket. So this basket I picked up at Salvation Army, and I was using it on my porch, like, I don't know, probably the past 2 or 3 years. But I found these tree skirts, and it fit perfectly in that basket. So I just tucked the tree skirt in to look like a throw, and then I threw some greenery branches in, and those I got on clearance at Target years ago too. Now on the floor here, I want to show you guys what I worked on last night. So I have been doing the January Cure, which is on Apartment Therapy's website. Basically, they give you a task for every day in January to kind of get your house comfortable and back into shape. So last night was the media fast. And what we did, basically, they wanted you to spend time with your home, so turn off all your devices and just enjoy your house. So I turned off my devices and I did some painting. So this here was a door to the hutch, and I have a before, which I'll insert. I've been saving them in my basement because I didn't want to throw them out. I thought they could be useful. So I'm going to turn this into a piece of wall art. It looks kind of like a vintage window, I think. That used to be a lamp. I just pulled the wiring out, painted it, and sanded it. These corbels I picked up at Savers. And then I have this other lamp here, which I was going to save and just pull it apart and use the spindle. But then I started to think it is the perfect height that if I want to switch out the one up here, this will be perfect for that. So I'm going to save that as like a backup so I have 2 different options. And then the last section I have to show you guys over here in the living room is just this little one here. And that's where I ended up putting those moss trees from Lowe's. And this is just a toolbox I made in one of the Home Depot classes, some old books. And then I put another one in there, just a short one. That way all of the trees would be a different height. So that's how my living room is looking right now. Let me take you guys into the dining room. So out here in the dining room, I just changed up the table centerpiece. For now, I'm just using those little bud vases that I picked up on Michael's clearance. Normally my dough bowl is here, and I love that, but I just kind of wanted something different. My greens are still going really strong outside, which I'm happy about. I picked those at the beginning of December, and then just kind of stuffed them in flower pots in the window box. On the chairs, I have the black and white hearth and hand pillows. And then over here on my bookshelf, up top, I changed up the letterboard. And then I've got all my gardening and decor books, and up there is my journals. Here on this shelf, I went ahead and put this little tulip crate, and this is a DIY I did from a Walmart crate. I've got 2 of the glass bottles from Michael's. Those are my chat books. I really love these, so I'll put a link in my description box for these. Basically what it does, I've mentioned it before, is it prints out all your Instagram photos so you kind of get like a record of what you've done. And then it gives you, you can pick which one goes on the cover, and then on the side it keeps them in order. And they just introduced some cool new cover options and stuff. I think those cost more, but I really like that. And then my books, that chair there, I just took the tree off and I left it there for now. I'll find something else to put on it. This is some more shiplap I picked up to work on the bathroom wall. And then my favorite part of the dining room is the hutch. And I just love this for every season. So I'm going to start up at the top real quick. I just put up those flower pots, and I know it's a little early for them, but I liked them so much I wanted to look at them. And that's a reproduction seltzer bottle. Down there I have all my thermoses and my tools crock. In the hutch, I kept it simple again with all the white ironstone and like white dishware pieces. So up here is that stack of plates I picked up for $3. That is an actual seltzer bottle. I've got a tureen and a little gravy boat. I kept the Putz sheep out because I really enjoy looking at them. Over here, another tureen and a little one. And that's the big one is the one I got for the $5 challenge. I paid $1 for that guy. So down here I've got some shorter items. I did some stacked plates, a little bird's nest, and that was an ornament at Kmart. Earth and hand ribbons. I just have 2 platters I picked up. can't think of what this is called, like a small tureen, I guess. And then I just put the ribbons in it. Like I said, I left them wrapped in plastic so that they wouldn't get dirty and dusty. And I tucked some greens in there too. Over here is where I have all my pictures. So this one I kept the silver spoons and then just tucked some greens in that one. And then down here I've got the DIY plate rack, and it's just holding those little platters I picked up. Here I've got some more tureens, and that plate back there I really love. And then this guy in front was one of the things holding paperweights in my kitchen. I finally had to take them down this weekend because they started to flop over and go all which ways. It took about a week longer than I thought it was gonna. They bloomed around New Year's, so I'll have to start a week earlier next year. And then over here in this little section, I've got the IKEA cutting board, and that was a few bucks at IKEA. If you have an IKEA near you, I really recommend that one. Some plates, a little bowl, a pitcher with some greenery, and some more Putz sheep. And then over here on the side where I had the blanket and stocking ladder, it felt empty, so I went ahead and put this bakery sign up that I made a while ago. And then down here holding our phone, I just have that vintage children's toy. So right here by the kitchen, I'm going to bring you out and show you that. So I'm going to start here on these shelves, and these aren't completely done yet. I'm kind of letting it go as it, like, decorate as I go. So on top right now I just have him, and he needs more stuff there because he looks really alone and kind of like, I don't know, unintentional. So I've got to add some things, but I just don't know what yet. And here what I'm working with, I've got a little ski sign and that hand planer. I've got my vintage veterinarian manuals here and a wooden box. And on the bottom I've just got bay leaves. So here I've got an old tin, a piece of white dishware, and then just in the back, a picture of some asparagus. This one here for now, just some books, a maple syrup container, and a mason jar. And then on the bottom, I put one of those wire baskets that I have. I put some spools in it and then an old game board. And that game board's actually like a reproduction wall art piece, but I like it, so it goes there. But like I said, some of these, like that one, they just feel like they're missing something. So kind of as I go along and pick things up at thrift stores or consignment stores and add them in and kind of like take some old pieces out and redonate them. But for now, that's what we're working with. So I've got my hearth and hand apron just hanging on the door for now. And as spring and summer come, I will switch it up with a lighter one. Over here is my grain sack, and I love this. I was so excited to bring this back out. So over the weekend was the January Cure kitchen part, and I organized the pantry again. So just want to give you guys a quick peek. I'm going to be showing you guys a product to go in here. A company asked me to review some lights, and I think it'll be a really good idea to show you guys. So I'm just, right now, this is what we're working with, and over the door, and then these plastic containers you see are from IKEA, and hopefully the light will work and I'll be able to show you guys like some really good pantry stuff. But right now, this is what I'm working with. The gallery wall is still missing some pieces because I want to take the time and add them back in kind of thoughtfully. And then I thinned out my mug collection because this was getting overloaded. So I'm keeping just a few on each row to use. And then I've got my coffee center. I'm actually getting ready to make one for work. And I put some liners in these drawers, which is kind of exciting, so I want to show you guys that. I went ahead and used that Hearth and Hand gift paper I showed you. Or maybe I didn't show you. Maybe I just told you about it. I don't remember. But anyways, it's the white one with the house print, and I just lined the drawers because I thought it was kind of cute. And I just tried this tea this weekend, and I really like this. It's a Lipton green tea matcha. But anyways, this one's really good. This one here I also picked up this weekend, and this is like an acquired taste, I guess. I liked it, but it reminded me of a gift shop. It tastes the way that gift shops smell, kind of like that potpourri type scent. So I put my vintage dog things back out because I like having those front and center. And then my window here is empty. I liked having the paperweights growing in it, so I may try and figure out some other kind of plant type option. I kept the garland up there because I really enjoy that, and I feel like it can go all winter. I put my farmhouse sign back up. And then right here you see I've got a ton of spice jars. This is part of my pantry organization. So I wanted to get uniform looking spice jars because stuff like that matters to me. So I thought about going to IKEA. The options there would have been like $16, but then I would have paid like gas for probably like an hour and a half trip, or $10 shipping, so it would have took it up to like 26 bucks or more. Container Store had a really nice option for $35, but then I figured why not just go to Dollar Tree and buy, like, I needed 12, so why not just buy 12 of the same jar, and I'm just going to empty these all out into a bag and mark the expiration. So I'll have cinnamon sugar for like the next decade, but I'll also have 12 spice jars that I can relabel and use. And it was way cheaper than Container Store or IKEA. And then over here, I just have some fruit bowls and things like that. I hung a snowflake on the door. And then I finally brought out my tea kettle. I bought this over a year ago to have a tea party, and I was saving it for, you know, special tea, but I figured why not just bring it out and use it. And this is one that I picked up at Salvation Army for, I think it was like $3. So that's what's going on in my kitchen. I'm going to take you guys now and show you the bedroom because that's the last room to show you guys. I already did a bathroom tour, so if you guys didn't see that, be sure to check it out. I'll give you a link in the description box. So this is the wall leading into the bedroom. This one stayed the same. It's just got all the vintage dog pictures. And I find these on eBay. So in the bedroom, I changed out the duvet, which I'm really excited about. This is one of the IKEA ones. And they have this striped one in a few different colors. I have it in gray and blue. I think they have a yellow too, or at least they did at one point. And I kept the darker rug down. So on the nightstands, I decided that I wanted to put a little bit of warm wood back into the room because everything is white. Like the walls, they're pale blue, but they come across white when the sun is bright. That's white, the sheets and stuff. So I wanted to put a little bit of like warm in the room. So I went ahead and just sanded this down to bare wood. And we don't really put anything on them that's going to stain them. So I'm leaving it like that because I like it. So I went ahead and did that. I kept the skis up because they're like a winter theme, and I kept the wreath up too because I'm really enjoying that. Over here, I got my chippy chair back out. I was sad to take out the tree, but I was excited to put this guy back. I really like that. And I just have a blanket on top. So over here is something I'm kind of rethinking. I want to work on my gallery wall this year. I feel like all those smaller pieces up there, except for that guy stays because I love him. I'll get closer in a second. But all the small pieces, I feel like I would do better with one big impactful piece. So I kind of want to pare some of them down and reorganize the wall and put up something larger that carries like a bigger impact. But this is that picture up close. It's just a little cow standing like in the shadow of the tree. And I love that picture. So yeah, that's something I want to work on. I've got nothing else on the dresser top right now. Normally I have little vignettes, but I'm kind of letting it happen as it goes. I don't want to go upstairs and grab a whole bunch of just random things. I want it to be like thought out and special. So over here, this is what I've got right now. This window frame I always keep out. And I picked that up on a camping trip. We went to an antique store and I got it for $5. This is that bucket from Michael's that I love. And for this season, I just put some greenery in. I'm going to switch it up with tulips later. And I've got some books in that color scheme of the blue and brown, which is kind of what I was going with here. That's just to balance the books. And that was a clearance piece from Michael's years ago. And then I've got this Hobby Lobby tobacco basket. And then on the windows, I've got the white curtains still. And my greenery out here is still doing pretty good too. This one doesn't get as much moisture as the one on the other side of the house. So this one's drying out a little quicker. But it doesn't look bad. So that is what my house looks like when I'm kind of transitioning from Christmas to winter. Some things are still a work in progress, but that kind of gives me something to look forward to. So I want to thank you guys for coming along on this tour with me and kind of seeing what I'm working on. If you want to check out the bathroom, I'll leave the link in the description box below, so be sure to check that out. Until then, I'll see you in the next video.